number one, when it comes to sleep, let's get rid of as much light as possible. The second thing you shared was something around temperature.
Yeah.
Always remember this in Tim Ferriss's, I think it was one of his first books, actually. He was one of the first guys that I really heard talking about sleeping at about 18 degrees. And I've pretty much done it since. I try to keep this office at about 18 degrees, but it seems that a lot of the staff don't like it. What's the story? What's your favorite, or what's your go-to temperature?
Colder the better. In the dead of the night, your body is at its coldest. That doesn't mean it goes a lot. It's like a degree difference. So if you're sleeping in a hot room and your body is naturally trying to cool itself down, and that's because blood comes back out through the peripheries, goes back to the core, gets into work on its, in your internal, so you're in rest and digest, then naturally you're not moving either. So you're creating less heat. So you have less blood out in your external limbs, you're creating less heat because you're not moving, so your body temperature drops. If your room temperature is too high, then your inner thermometer, if you like, starts to go, hang on a minute, we're too hot here. Let's put blood back out to the external extremities and get it cooled down, which then you might wake up with like restless legs, or even like some people wake up with swollen legs. The blood's pooled back out into the legs. Not the only reason is temperature, but you're basically taking the body off its normal pattern, and eventually it gets to the point where it'll wake you up and it'll say, hey, you need to go and cool yourself down. Maybe you go get a glass of water, you step outside the room, whatever, but you'll have a disturbed sleep as well. And I think that's another good point here is you might be getting 8 hours of sleep, but you might not be getting a good amount of deep sleep or REM sleep, which is when we really do recover. And the things we're talking about is what you get into that deep sleep or that REM sleep where you do recover.
Which again is not really something you need an app or a device to tell you, but it's something that will help and guide you. And I think that's something that if I was to like them in some way, although I don't trust that they're giving you the right data all of the time, I think to create awareness of how you feel when it's told you have had a lot of deep sleep is kind of beneficial, but I still hear more people complaining about the results they get and the sleep quality that they're told when they've actually slept really good or feel like they've slept really good and also perform quite well. So it's still a little bit in the balance for me.
And sleep studies are so tricky because to get good sleep analysis, proper sleep analysis on your brain, you have to sleep with electrodes on your head. Yeah. Who sleeps well with anything on their head, which is why I have a problem with eye masks, because either way, if you move or whatever, it's still something on your face that will pull you out of a 100% deeper sleep.
Matt Walker, Why We Sleep, is probably the best book on sleep. If that's a part of your recovery you think you are not doing too well in.